Well, hello and welcome, everyone. Apparently, I've got a sneak peek for you there. We're going to take that back down. Oh, the joys of working out and getting this new tool together. We still are having just a lot of fun. I see my guest in the background. He's laughing. I actually gave him a lot of permissions back there, so who knows? Maybe I screwed it up. Maybe he did. But welcome to another edition of Live Better. No, I'm not trying to sound differently. This is just apparently my new voice. I don't know. I haven't gotten tested, but I started feeling sick last night. So now you have this sultry sound, this golden deep tone. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I feel like I should be doing a radio show. Up next, we have his #1 hit single from Dealcasters. That's our guest. I want to go ahead and introduce him first before I tell you who he is. Jim Fuhs, that's who it is. He is a co-host of Dealcasters. It's an Amazon Live show. That's right, Amazon Live. And he is going to come on and explain to us what the heck is Amazon Live? How do you do Amazon Live? And can you do Amazon Live? So sit back, enjoy, relax, all of the things as we learn together how to live better. Jim, hey, we got your what?
There we go.
Oh, oh.
Never give the guest control.
Never. That's hilarious. But how fun is this?
This is fun. This is really, I mean, I've never seen anything like this on any live streaming platform that I've either been a guest or a host of. And so I'm really excited with what you guys are doing. And so I'm assuming if you're showing up as Facebook user, as we would say, make sure that you're giving permission to Wave to see who you are, because we want to call you more than Facebook user.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and today you may have to tell us who you are when you comment. That is one of the things is we're beta testing the new Wave.video studio where you can go live to multiple platforms and do all kinds of crazy fun stuff. One of the things we're working on is making sure that you can show up and your name will be there. But we're still glad you're here. However, if you do go to our YouTube channel and watch, your name and whatnot will show up. Either way, we're just glad you're here. Jim, I'm looking forward to this because this is something I really don't know anything about. You stream, well, you have the Tim and Jim show with Tim Sohn, which is more of a marketing show. And then you do Amazon Live with, I don't know where you found this guy, Chris Stone, I think is his name. I assume you're doing charity work or something, giving the guy a break. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. Chris and I actually met in person pre-pandemic at a podcast meetup here in Atlanta. And it just worked out that, we connected. We're both guys in our 50s that were looking for fun and exciting things to do, and we do a lot of remote production work together. And then when applied for Amazon and got accepted as an influencer, it was an opportunity for us to finally do a show together. And so that's really kind of how it all started.
So when did you start streaming on Amazon?
Believe it or not, July of 2020 is when we started.
Wow.
Our first couple episodes were just us talking about live streaming and tech gear. And then we started bringing on guests. And our first guest was the incredible Jennifer Watson. And we were talking, and the title of the show was Weathering the Storm. So she was teaching us about things you need to consider when it's, you have these different storms, and products that she likes on Amazon that would help you as a consumer be prepared for storms. And so you can actually still watch that show on Amazon. That's one of the nice things. And of course, we multi-stream. We've gone, we have a YouTube channel, we now have a Twitch, and we have a LinkedIn. We have a company page. We usually go live on either Chris's or my LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. But we started out just on Amazon. So we kind of went backwards, where some people will start like, you're right now, right? We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We started on Amazon, brand new brand, really. And so we've kind of did it backwards, I think, in some aspects.
Well, guys, just so you know, again, we got Jim Fuhs here. He is co-host of Dealcasters. It's an Amazon live show. And of course, we are here every Wednesday, even today, while I'm a little under the weather. And if you're wondering why Chad sounds this way, that is the reason. But
I thought you were trying to sound like Barry White.
Right? Yeah. Do, 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 do. I don't know if I can say the words without getting in trouble, right?
Right.
But we're here every week, so make sure that you do all the things. You can go to Wave.video. You can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever. Click like, subscribe, hit the bell, press everything. See what happens. That's what we do here on the show. Right? We just start pressing buttons. But you'll get notified the next show, as well as you can subscribe to our email and get other tips. You can go to the website also and sign up for the beta test that we're doing as our new live stream tool is being released. But enough about us. Let's get back to the man of the hour, the one and only Jim Fuhs. So you guys got started. What would you say have been some of your significant moments, achievements that you guys are super proud of?
Well, I would say there's been several. We worked with name.com to promote .live, and they learned about us because they saw what we were doing in using a redirect. Dealcasters.live gets you to our latest episode of the show instead of using, as I like to say, Amazon gives you this gobbledygook URL for each show that, and I always like to joke, you lost me at the slash. So you just, when people say, how do you find us? We say you go to dealcasters.live, boom, takes you to our show. If you want to see our storefront, which I'm going to share later, you go to dealcasters.shop. So we've become, had a case study published by them about us. And probably the thing we're most excited about, Chad, I don't even know if you know about this yet, but we've been asked to lead a micro conference at PodFest in May on Amazon. It's going to be a full day event where we're going to be speaking and moderating. And so, I'm not saying this, other people say this, that, we're looked at as some of the leaders in the Amazon influencer community. And
Absolutely.
so I'm excited about that. It's not something I would have thought of a couple years ago when I left social media marketing world and said the world's never going to be the same. But Chris and I have been very excited. We've have brands that have reached out to us. In fact, this microphone I've got right here, Samson reached out to us and said, we love how you guys promote some of our products. How'd you like to try out our Samson Q9U? And so it's definitely been something that, when you look at the world of YouTube, and there's nothing wrong with that, it's just different, right? I don't have to have thousands of subscribers for brands to want to work with me because I'm on the largest, at least in the US, because probably the ones in China are bigger.
Sure.
The largest online shopping platform in America, I would say, is probably Amazon. And you're talking to these people while they're shopping, and it's just really been a lot of fun. We interview people, and we get to talk about things we love, which is tech. A little bit of a nerd, as you know. So it's been amazing.
Wow, that is super cool. What one of the things uh, we put up on the screen earlier, and it makes sense, right? You were one of the first, and you're over 50, so the word pioneer kind of fits, right? Um, um, for those of you who don't know, Jim and I, we go back a ways. I give him a hard time, but it's only out of love.
That's right. As Tim would say, love.
Karina said Chad's face in response to the question of whether he knows something. This is my mood always. Karina's one of our team members, also over at Wave. That's to be asked to do all these conferences and to be a pioneer and the guy. My biggest accomplishment this year is I became a sticker. That's what I got. I became a sticker. And speaking of stickers, as we always do here on the show, those who are engaging, our producers will be drawing 3 names. 2 of you are going to get a set of the stickers, and you'll have your own coveted yellow Chad, which, of course, they're a big deal. They are a big deal. And if you come to Social Media Marketing World, we'll be there. We have a booth, and you can take a picture with the real Chad.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm planning to come.
Oh,
And I'm not telling you when I'm arriving. I know better.
Nobody.
I'm arriving Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
For those of you who don't know, I'm known for picking up people at airports, at conferences, and I'll dress up in a way that's relevant to who they are, just to make them laugh. I picked up a guy that has a chocolate shop, and as an Oompa Loompa. I've done different stuff, so people won't tell me when they're coming in because they don't want me to show up dressed in who knows what, but. Anyway, that being said, the grand prize today is going to be from Jim. Jim, why don't you tell people what you're giving away?
Yeah, so I'm going to give away a 30-minute consulting session where, whether if you want to talk about ways you can improve or get started in live streaming, or if maybe you're starting on Amazon, we can talk about how you maybe can level up what you're doing with Amazon if maybe you're someone that's just starting out as an influencer or want to know more. So 30 minutes, it's your time, and I'll look forward to doing that.
Okay. So the people watching today, tuning in, they want to start streaming on Amazon Live. How do I get started?
Well, so one thing we have is if you go to dealcasters.university, we have a landing page that will take you to a YouTube video we've done, because it's a 2-step process. And because it would take a while to go through it, that's why we made this video. But you got to sign up first as an Amazon affiliate. And that's pretty simple process. Once you're approved as an affiliate, then you can apply to be an influencer. What Amazon is looking at right now is, I'll say it's 4 platforms. It's TikTok, it's your YouTube, it's Instagram, or Facebook business. Now, I hear people say different things, but I can tell you based on what I know. One, pick the platform you're strongest on as far as follower count. They're not looking to see if you're a live streamer, because I can tell you, based on what I've seen, that there are people that are getting approved that the first time they've ever live streamed is the first time they go live on Amazon.
Wow.
And so they're really kind of looking at numbers, right? That's why they call it influence. So they don't tell us what those numbers are. I know our friend Christine Gritmon recently got approved, and I think she used her Instagram channel. I think she has about 5,000. I got approved back when they did allow Twitter. That was I had it 9,000 at that time. But they don't really tell us what those numbers are. But I would tell people, if you get disapproved, don't give up. Figure out, okay, I got to get more followers, and just apply again. But you're going to be an affiliate already. So take advantage of being an affiliate to share products, whether it's your blog or, when you're doing a podcast, put it in your show notes. But and with YouTube, and it used to be with Twitter as well, they're going to let you know instantly if you're approved or not. It's almost like they're looking at that number like, yep, you're good. Facebook and Instagram, it takes about 5 business days before you may hear back from them. But
Gotcha.
Once you get approved, you're going to get a storefront, which really makes things kind of nice. Gives you some other options.
Wow. What does the storefront do?
So I can actually share the scene with you, Chad. I think if we scene 6, or I'll let you do it. I don't want to break things again.
Well, you know what? Let me show you, guys. We're live here in the new Wave video studio, our new live streaming platform. And I gave Jim powers, as we like to call it, powers, and he was able to create some scenes on his own. And so, Jim, I'm going to show you another little trick here that I haven't shown you yet.
Ooh.
But if you hold down the letter S, the scenes will have numbers pop over them, and so you can hold down S and then press the number of the scene you want.
Okay. Oh, I guess I did it wrong because I was in the chat, in our guest chat. Do I just
over on the far left side where the scenes are?
Yes.
Press S, and there should be numbers that pop up.
Yeah, it's not doing that for me. Oh, let me.
Unless you have S assigned.
Oh,
as a
there it did. Oh, it worked. Okay,
yeah.
I figured it out. Wow. See, Chad, I am teachable.
So the new live platform that we have available now, it's in beta testing. It automatically has hotkeys, and those hotkeys will work with scenes. If you have captions, you can use C. If you have you want to change the layout, you can press L, and numbers will pop up over the layouts. V for videos, A for audio, O for overlay, B for background. So it's very simple, and so you can on the fly, switch whatever you want.
Nice. So this is our storefront that we were given once we were approved as influencers. And so you can see we're able to put in a background. We've got our little profile photo we've updated. And so you can create shoppable photos where these photos tag the products that are in the photo. So if somebody looks at that photo and then clicks on the link, you get potentially a commission if they make a purchase. We're able to do product videos. These get uploaded at Amazon's discretion to product pages. And so once you get approved for that, this is where you make the money while you sleep.
Gotcha.
Idea list. We create idea list based off of our shows. And this is a lot of times the products that we talked about on the show. And then this also has a link. So you could share the link out on your socials, and then it'll bring people back to this. So Amazon wants you to bring people in. And then down at the bottom here, you see we have a lot of idea lists because we've had a lot of shows. This is our live streams, and it starts with our most recent one, and it shows you what the products we had in the carousel for that show. And so we'll talk about those. And so if we want to view the past live streams on there as well, this shows you our older shows. They do stop it at a certain point, but we have the ability, because there is an app, to go back and actually get that specific link. And that's where we will use our redirects, and we'll use that in social to maybe get people to go back and watch a previous edition. So this right here, even if you never go live on Amazon but get approved as an influencer, you've got these idea lists you create. Really the ability to create these product videos is huge. And then these shoppable photos, and they keep coming out with stuff. And then the big thing is you want people to follow you, because they do start to count followers as a metric that they're looking for down the road for how people get positioned. They have 3 levels. They have a rising star when you first start, then you become an insider, and then you get to A-list once you reach enough followers, and they want to see that you have good live streaming content as well.
Now, I'm going to assume you're an A-lister.
We're actually not yet. We've got to get more followers. So, if you guys want to follow, just go to dealcasters.shop, hit that follow button. We'd love you to do that. Wow. But it hasn't been, for us, it hasn't been a priority.
Sure.
Because I will tell you, even just being an insider is a very successful thing. One of the things you get as well by being an insider when you go live is your live video is actually playing on the product pages or related pages of products you're talking about at the time you're live.
That's
So
amazing.
it is. You'll be sitting there, and we'll sometimes scroll down, and it's like Inception. We're like, oh, I see myself on the on the Oculus Quest 2 page while we're talking about the Oculus Quest 2. And if somebody clicks on that video, now you're getting the Amazon cookie and potentially make a commission if that person makes a purchase, not just of that product, but anything they buy for 24 hours, unless they go watch somebody else's video. But don't do that. Just watch our videos.
Someone is asking if moving to the insider level is still based on number of hours streamed.
It is still, from my understanding, because we've been insiders for a long time, that you got to go live for at least 90 minutes, and they're looking to see that you have a quality show, that you're you're talking about products. And in fact, what I used to recommend, and I know it's worked for some people, I don't know about recently, is go live the first time for an hour and a half. Don't feel like you got to do 2 or 3 different shows. Get through that initial barrier and get approved for insiders quickly as you can. You do have 30 days for that time to happen, but they really want you to go live for at least 20 minutes. So I think that's where I've seen some people will go live like for 10 minutes and like, oh, and then they don't understand, well, why didn't I get approved? Amazon wants these longer shows. They want you to go live, 30 minutes to an hour. I think especially when you get to A-list, I think they want them to go live longer as well. But if you can have up to 40 products in your carousel.
Wow.
The thing is, though, they want you to talk about at least 75% of them, and they want you to have them, on hand, so to speak. So that's been a change too. It used to be, you could talk about anything. Well, now they started to crack down a little bit. It's like, if I was starting to talk about a microphone I don't have, they might say, well, hey, you didn't actually show that microphone. So
Gotcha.
people will use B-roll sometimes in lieu of the actual product, because sometimes, it's not always easy to, as an example, when I had that drone, even though I could physically show the drone, I also played a quick video clip showing me, using the drone in action. So things like that. But you can really get creative. And that's why I think Chris and I are excited to see what we can potentially do with this new Wave.video tool to really, because it's really, Chad, you and I both know, I mean, especially you as the story catcher, storyteller, whatever you decide to be today. It's about pattern interrupt, right?
Right.
What's going to make people want to continue to tune in? And so I think what I've seen so far with what Wave has put together here, very excited about it. I think that, cloud-based live streaming is critical to future success for a lot of people, because not everybody can afford a high-end computer system, and just the fact that you can bring in all your assets from your Wave account. I mean, it's just, I'm very, very impressed at the start of this.
Well, we appreciate that. Yeah, especially something you're doing. You have all the different videos and different things that you've created for the show, and they're just there. Boom. So we appreciate that. Art of Sound Meditation. Excuse me. Again, those who are just joining us, I am under the weather. Haven't been tested. Started feeling bad last night, but I'm holding off because I wanted to be here for you, because you matter. Does Amazon give you metrics, and how many views or so do you get there, if you're willing to share any of that?
Yeah, so you have an app. So first of all, you have to have an iOS device to go live. Now, you can go live on your iOS device, which we don't recommend, especially because we're a 2-person show, but we're able to use what's called RTMP with our browsing software to bring the stream in. And so we're controlling the carousel and going live on it's an Amazon app. And then what we end up doing is, after the show, it'll tell us how many viewers we've had. It'll tell us how many clicks. It'll tell us how many viewers were unmuted, right? Because everybody starts out on mute. So we have like a little GIF that'll play, like, unmute, because we want people to talk to us. You have a chat. You get to see how many people follow you, during the show, if somebody's followed you during the show, so we'll recognize them. And then it takes about 24 hours before you see if you've made any sales. Amazon doesn't recognize sales until things are shipped. So sometimes it could be even longer. But in the app itself, it's just for the live streams. On our Amazon.com dashboard, if you want to call it, on the web, we see everything. We see all the sales we're making off of our product videos. And so they don't necessarily tell you what was bought off of your live stream, but you get an idea, like, okay, I had 20 people click an item. They may or may not have bought it, but you will see it and it will give you credit. That's part of the whole A-list insider thing, where it's like, you've got to, as an example, to get to A-list, 2,000 followers, $5,000 in shipped revenue, or 100 products in a 30-day period before you can apply for that level. And so yeah, they give you some stats, not necessarily like as detailed as people would like, but I can tell you, as an example, when we went live on Black Friday, we had 10,000 people watch our 1 hour show.
Holy moly.
Definitely see a spike on those special shopping days, but
sure,
I would say on average, our shows, we get at least 1,000 viewers when we go live on Amazon. And trust me, I'm sure as well as I do, never really had that on any other platforms. And so,
definitely.
Now, granted, some of it is, right, if you want to call them, it's those proverbial drive-bys, like they might have seen you on that product page, like I talked about, and they stopped by for a little bit. But
right,
but that's why we also repurpose it, right? We can take that video, and I'm sure that's something we'll be able to do in Wave, and we can cut it up, put out a clip, and then drive people back to watch the full episode if that's something they wanted to do.
Wow. Hey, just a little reminder there from the team at Wave. Those who are engaging have the best chance of winning our prizes today. Of course, 2 lucky winners will get the coveted sticker pack.
Do I get a sticker pack when I see you in San Diego?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I'll save you the postage. I'll save you the postage.
A yellow Chad. But of course, our grand prize winner is going to get a 30-minute consult with Jim, and I've already seen lots of people borderline begging in the chat. Jim, I need it. I want the consult. I will say that I think that may be the first time we've had that many people, like, really, really saying, I want it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so you said, excuse me, this being sick is horrible, right? They want you to have the products. So how do you get the products?
Well, in some cases, we have brands reach out to us, and we will negotiate with them. I mean, because and you know how I feel about this, Chad. I mean, yes, I'm called an Amazon influencer, but I don't necessarily, I kind of tongue in cheek that. I don't really like being called that, because we're all influencers, right? We all influence people around us and things we do. It really comes down to trust.
Mm-hmm.
People trust you. Like, if I wanted to know, like, Chad, what's a live streaming tool I should use? They said, hey, you should really check out this Wave.video. I'm going to listen to Chad because I trust Chad, and I've seen what he's done with live video. So it's kind of the same thing. We talk about products that we are familiar with, right? Like this microphone. I love Samson microphones. They're amazing. I've got, I think over here, right, I've got my Samson Q2U that I used for probably 2 years before I switched to this one, and I still use this. I can use it with my phone, a lot of other things. So we talk about those products. And then sometimes, believe it or not, we just go buy a product, and then we unbox it. We talk about it. The camera I'm using right here, the Sony ZVE10, I finally went from using a Logitech Stream Cam. So I think what you see happen, and I think this even happens, we'll say, with people that review stuff on YouTube, is you can't always wait for the company to come to you. If it's something that you are passionate about and like, make the investment, right? Make the investment, buy the product, talk about it. And then when they see that, they may say, wow, this person is really an ambassador for our products. Now we're going to reach out. They're going to reach out to you. So don't think like, oh, I can't get anybody to talk to me, and so therefore I'm not going to talk about products. You know, if you get successful like we have, trust me, I can afford to buy a couple products on my own. And because I'm talking about it in this business, it's a tax. Well, talk to your tax accountant. I don't want to be a tax, but you can theoretically, you might be able to write some of these things off.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
think about all the stuff you maybe have around your house that you got from Amazon that you can do a video on or you can talk about. I mean, and it's really been interesting that there's a lady I helped, Denise Carbonell. She started a show where she does art projects. So I think I'm catching your thing.
You're catching it. We should have worn masks.
It's coming over the
show.
internet, right? But she puts the products you need to make that art project in her carousel. So not only can you learn how to make an art project on Amazon, you can buy the stuff you need, and you can go back and watch it later. If you say, now, how did she do that again? So there's a lot of, niches, whatever, tomato, that you can use that's why I think these are exciting times to get into this, because here's the other thing. As much as I love what Chris and I are doing on Amazon, I think this is only going to get bigger, not just with Amazon, but potentially with other, we'll call them big box places that see where Amazon is maybe eating their lunch.
Right.
And I think, so if you get into this habit of being able to do this, right? So, I mean, trust me, Chris and I don't want to be, if you want to call it QVC, that's why we do these interviews. But even when we're talking about this stuff, a lot of times we're telling people how to use it, why we use it. The other thing that I think you want to consider is why Amazon, okay? And this is where, I may upset some people, and that's okay, because not everyone's my friend. I think Chad's still my friend as of right now. Is when I'm an Amazon influencer, because the products are on Amazon, there's this word that starts with an L called logistics. I don't have to worry about it. One of the things that I don't think people think about when they talk about live selling on other platforms is, do you want to handle the inventory, the shipping, the returns? I don't have to do that with Amazon, right? You got a problem, you send it back to Amazon. Heck, you can even go to Kohl's and they'll even pack it for you and send it back to Amazon. I mean, so that is a huge competitive advantage when it comes to being on this platform versus others. And I saw, like, even recently that YouTube had some people starting, they did some sales at Christmas. You may not even know this, where they had some big influencers talking about this. Well, I know, Chad, right now you and I aren't in those big YouTube influencers, but you could start fairly, quickly on Amazon and quickly see results that you'll say, you know what, this is definitely worth my time. And then you can work on growing those other channels if that's something you want to do.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so somebody starts their Amazon Live, or they just have an affiliate link and they want to just do stuff on their YouTube channel. Give us the Jim Fuhs tips and tricks, the best way to showcase a product.
First of all, one of the things you want to consider is, so think of this microphone. We'll use this microphone as an example.
Jim is basically Oprah.
What are the questions people are going to ask about the microphone, right? So if you're going to make a thumbnail, you might say, why the Samson Q2U makes you sound your best, right? It's kind of that, what question are you answering? A lot of times, even if you look at a lot of these products, people ask questions at the bottom of the page. Answer those questions with your video. Keep your videos, if you're doing videos, right? We're not talking about the live show, 2 to 4 minutes. And the reason I say that, right? I learned this from from my wife, Karen, and I'm sure Lainey would tell you the same thing, attention span. I'm not going to watch a 20-minute video if I'm wanting to learn about something, unless it's something I want to learn for 20 minutes. And that's probably where YouTube comes in handy. But answer some very specific questions, the ones that seem to be the most important to the people thinking, because you want them to make a purchasing decision. If you can answer that question quickly and then they go and add that product to the cart, you just won. You're now going to get people to, give you, well, not them. Amazon is going to give you a little bit of affiliate revenue for what they consider driving the sale.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
What about lighting and cameras and that kind of thing? How important are having all of those things just right if you're showing products?
I would say get started first. Don't get in your own way of like, oh, I've got to spend all this money on a camera and this and that. I mean, some of the videos I've done, Chad, have been using a tripod on my back porch, showing like, hey, I just got this new, solar battery charger, right? I do it right there on a table, natural light. I think we tend to get too wrapped up in, I got to have the latest and greatest. Now, mind you, as things have become more successful, yes, I've upped my game, but I've also been live streaming for, I guess, going on 3.5 years. So I just went to this Sony camera probably in September. Before that, I was using webcams. So it's not like you've got to start out with a, $1,000 camera and this, start with what you have as you start to, and I even look at this from a business perspective. When you start to make money, reinvest in your business. Right. And then, so that's kind of that incentive. Like if I want to get this camera, I got to make some money and set some of that aside so that I'm not continuously adding debt, because I think we've talked about this before. You spend $10,000 on a live streaming setup, which I could see could be very easily done, and then you don't make anything on it, you're going to probably get frustrated and say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm not making money. This stuff takes time.
Right.
And
it's
I
not
think
an overnight success thing for sure.
Right. There might be some people that are, but I know I'm not one of those. I mean, you might be.
Are there other Amazon live streamers that have also been successful that you would recommend people also check out?
Oh yeah, there definitely is. In fact, if you want to pull up the or scene 7, what I'll do is I'll show you, so scene 7, so this is on Amazon on your browser, right? We've got Amazon Live. And so you can discover people. These are some of the people that I'm following over here on the left-hand side. So Utechpia is his name. He's done 700 live shows on Amazon. So he's usually live every day. He kind of dresses up like he's Bruce Lee. This guy, Randall Constant, he's a food expert. So he talks about like snack foods on Amazon, and then you've got, Phil Hill, he's a tech expert. So there's quite a few. Christina Nietzsche, she is a fitness person. She's actually in Texas. I can't remember if it's the Dallas area, but she does workouts on the show. And then she also sometimes does a show where her and her co-host on those shows, they kind of talk about some of those challenges we have as fitness people. And then you can see they've changed this around. So you can discover shows. You can kind of see like this guy is talking about, the parent game. And then you can see there's all kinds of different ones, tech talk, home stuff. Unboxings. Then you've got their top live streams. They've got this browse feature where they've got all these different, and this might even give some of you ideas, right? So they have an electronics category, fashion and beauty, daily deals, fitness, cooking, right? You can do a cooking show, Chad.
But it looks like there's a lot of people. Is there still room for me?
Absolutely. As much as it seems like there might be a lot of people, the reality is, like, even right now, of the people I'm following, only 4 of them are live. We think, and from what we know, because Amazon doesn't tell us, we think there might be 1,000 to 2,000 people that are actually doing the Amazon influencer program, and even of that, it's a much smaller percentage that's consistently going live. And
Gotcha.
what's funny is I've talked with people that don't even realize that they were an influencer. Like, our friend Madeline Scalar, she's an Amazon influencer, but she hasn't done anything with it yet. So sometimes these people got into the program, but haven't done anything with it yet. So there's a lot of that as well.
Wow.
So definitely a
That,
lot of room for growth.
well, that's exciting. Guys, if this is what you want to do and you want to put in the work, you can go to Jim's website, which is his Dealcasters /university.
Yes.
University.
University. That's right.
Dealcasters.university. To get info on how to set that up. Oh, he's also giving away a 30-minute consult to one of our lucky winners that we're going to announce here as soon as our team sends me the list of winners. We'll get that announced. Also, just so you know, we're not ignoring your questions. We've pulled some of them up and have asked them. Some of you may just be joining us and are asking questions. If we didn't bring them up, it's because we've answered them earlier on in the show. So, go back and watch the replay. I promise you the answers to the questions you're asking are there. So we're not ignoring you. Just want to make sure that you're aware of that. Love Dealcasters, Jim Fuhs. Wow. And Chris Stone. They love both of you. I love messing with Chris. Fun show, great guests, high quality graphics, and production. Outstanding. Let's see if we've got what other questions here. Someone was curious. How do you get product reviews? No, they said, how do you get products to review? We already asked that one. I thought they were asking about actually getting reviews from other
Well,
people.
I see a question here. Like we do, like as an example, if we have 10 products on a show, we're going to talk about all 10 products. We'll go anywhere. I'll say a lot of times, maybe 5 to 10 minutes per product on a live stream. Because even sometimes what we're able to do is, if we've done unboxings live, and then we'll do a repurposing and actually take that, cut out that unboxing and turn that into a product video for that product. So that can be kind of fun to do an unboxing live. I think let's see what else. Yeah. And in fact, I know we're going to share something here at the end as well. But yeah, to follow our channel, you just go to dealcasters.live, and you'll see the follow button on there. So we made it easy. Instead of having to put this long URL, you just go to dealcasters.live to follow us. But I really think with the B-roll, it's one of those things. Amazon's like, you can use pre-recorded video, but it's supposed to be under 5 minutes. So when we share it, like we could do here on Wave, if Chad was on the show, we would still be on screen. We don't like to go to where you're just seeing the video.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, a lot of times the video will be playing and we'll talk to it, as opposed to you listening to the original audio, because I think what they've got is some AI that's like, oh, that's not a real person talking, that's a recording, and they could shut your stream down. So we, and then the other nice thing you can do is, we've had it, right? People will come on and they'll say, hey, I'm looking for a new monitor, and we didn't have a monitor that we're talking about. We'll go find one. We can add it to the carousel through the app in real time, and we'll talk about it. So we do answer people's questions live. We've done comparisons of different products. As somebody asked, hey, why should I use this versus that? But I think what Chris and I find most exciting is those times where, after we've had a guest will say, thanks to you guys, I'm going to start my podcast, or I'm going to start my live stream, because we like to help people. And that's how we approach what we're doing on Amazon, is we're wanting to give value back. In fact, we like to joke that you get $1 million of free advice every time you watch Dealcasters.
I love it. Hey, you mentioned the RTMP thing that you need to have with the tool that you're using. Apologies again, those who are just joining us. I am under the weather. RTMP, I'm understanding is before the month is over, we'll also be part of the Wave platform. So you'll be able to use
Nice.
the Wave live streaming tool that we're using now to do your Amazon live shows as well. Jeff C. joining us also, I see there in the chat. Always good to see Jeff. Great guy. I tell you what, why don't we give some stuff away?
All right, let's do.
All right.
I thought we were going to keep
Oh, I love our team at Wave that makes all of the videos and all of the different overlays and fun things for the show. One, they make them all in Wave.video, the video editor, and with the new live streaming tool, anything that they make there, they can save into folders that show up in the media that we need for the show. It's all there. And not only that, Jim, I don't know if we told you this, as soon as the show's over, we can go back into Wave, the editor component, edit this video. We can immediately, with a couple clicks of a mouse, basically embed it into a landing page.
Wow.
Or send it as an email. Make clips and resize things for the different platforms. Right as soon as the show's over, it's there, ready to go. So
that's amazing.
All right, so we've got 3 winners. Our first 2 are going to get the fantastic sticker pack, the new Wave.video sticker pack, which features what? That's right, Yellow Chad. Hashtag Yellow Chad. And that goes to Mark Young and Nicholas Smith.
Congratulations. You're going to love the Yellow Chad.
And the winner of 30 Minutes with Jim. Can we just call it that? 30 Minutes with Jim.
Sure.
Depending on how you say it, right? 30 Minutes with Jim. The consult goes to Angel Ortiz.
All right. So if you guys can get me Angel's email information, I will get in touch with you, Angel, to set up that time.
All right, Angel. So there you go. Angel, message us the best way to get in touch, and we will get you there. Hashtag Yellow Chad. I'm sorry, Jim. They're more excited about the stickers.
That's okay. So Chad, I do have a question though. Why Yellow Chad?
I don't know. I don't know if I didn't know they were making these, so I don't know if the team thought he has like a bad liver because he has a drinking problem, so he jaundice. I don't know. But it just became a thing. Somebody at the team just started calling it Yellow Chad, and we ran with it. It rolls off the tongue.
Yellow Chad.
So, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm jealous of the people who get the 30-minute consult. Not just for the knowledge, but getting to hang out with you. One of my favorite times I had at Social Media Marketing World was sitting down and eating pizza with both our wives there as well. So there's the email. You can get in touch with Julia at Wave.video, and she will get you all set up. So congratulations to everyone. Jim, one more time, how do we find you? How do we watch your show?
Well, we've actually just come out with a new process here, and I don't know if you have a way to put it in there, Chad. You can text hashtag Amazon Live to 678-736-8179, and you'll become a part of the Dealcasters community. So not only will we text you to let us know when we're going live, but we're also going to be launching a course during the first part of this, first 4 or 5 months of this year, pressure on me and Chris, that will help people that want to become Amazon Live creators or become better at their craft, as well as some other neat things we're going to do. And so it's a community is the platform that we're using. I've learned about this from some other folks. It's really nice to be able to just say, text like, hey, here's when we're going live, and they can, and you can even like respond directly back to us if you had a question, and you can get an individual answer. So I like the texting a little bit more than the email because we get so many emails.
I'll tell you something that's you might find interesting and fun that we've got coming here soon on the Wave new live streaming tool. Mm-hmm. Rumor is the ability to have a phone number where people can call into the show.
Oh, that's very, very interesting.
So they don't have to be on camera. Guys, look, you guys can live stream. You have everything you need. right? You really only need a phone. You don't have to have the fancy cameras and all the gadgets. You can get started. You can learn from Jim how to go live on Amazon. You can build your YouTube channel. You can go live on Facebook. Do all the things. You can get crazy creative. We've set up a tool that makes that possible for you. You just have to go do it. Jim, what camera did you say you were using?
I'm now using the Sony ZV-E10, but I was previously using the Logitech StreamCam. And I use that I literally have only had this since September, and we've done over 90 live shows on Amazon, and the webcam worked just fine.
Absolutely. And you look great. And you still look great, with the camera, obviously, as well.
I think I look a little better now with the new camera. But
mine look okay? Do I look all right?
You look great, even if you are under the weather. And you don't look yellow, at least. So.
Oh, thank goodness. And for those who are wondering, what is Chad using to go live? I am streaming from my phone.
Really?
This is the camera on my phone.
Is it an Android?
It's a S10.
Yeah, and that I'm glad you brought that up, because that's actually something I will use when I do overhead picture in pictures. Is I use my iPhone with NDI, and I mean they're 1080p cameras, 4K in some cases. So
yep.
Your phone is perfectly capable of being your camera if you're not ready, and you probably paid a lot of money for your phone, and so just remember to put it on do not disturb while you're using it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize. Your phone, and I'm using an NDI as well to do this, and we can explain that another time. But so your phone can work, and there's like been 2 or 3 newer phones since this phone. It's an older phone, so you guys can all do it. And if you're not sure how, you can always come here every Wednesday at noon Eastern. Jim, thanks so much for being here. It was awesome to hang out with you.
Thank you.
The giveaway, so much information. I've been watching the engagement, and there are a lot of people who are curious about this. So I love seeing your growth and the success that you're having. Guys, you can have it too. You can be successful. You can live stream and grow your business. We're doing it, and we're figuring it out sometimes just like you are. Jim will tell you things still mess up, and you learn something new every time you go live. Am I wrong?
Absolutely. Real quick story. The first time we went live with Jennifer Watson, because we thought we could go 1080p and we were wrong, we had to restart the show 6 times, and God bless her, she waited. We had to even reset the show up because of the platform we were using. We couldn't just restart it. So it happens. It happens to the best of us. And in fact, I now have bought UPS battery backups because I was doing a live show a couple weeks ago, and the power went out when I was the host.
Oh, wow.
And I had to wait for the power to come back on and get everything back up. So, you can only do what you can do to prepare for these things. But that's the fun of live streaming. You just never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. I had a bad Cat 6 cable last week. Could not figure out. I thought it was the internet itself, because the router was also acting quirky. I had to use a hotspot. I kept freezing. It was a wonderful time. But that's just the beauty of going live. But that's why we do the show, so that every Wednesday at noon Eastern, we can all get together and learn together how to live better. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.